Hello and welcome to today's Seated Forever in Motion class. My name is Vallyn. I'm a recreation therapist with the Saskatchewan Health Authority, and I partner with the Forever in Motion team, offering a Bridge to Forever in Motion class in Saskatchewan. So today we're going to spend most of our time seated. All of these exercises can be done from standing as well, depending on how you're feeling. And so available to you and to myself, we've got a sturdy chair, we've got closed toes, closed heel shoes. Today we're going to be using a TheraBand for strength and resistance training. And I've got a water bottle tucked under my chair so it's not a tripping hazard if I go to standing. So wanting to make sure that you've talked with your doctor or healthcare provider about returning to exercise or getting involved in exercise, and that we're feeling well today. We're going to get started with a little bit of a warm-up, making sure that our joints have got some motion and some lotion. And so we're just going to start with an easy step two. We're going to bring our heart rate up slowly. We're going to bring some warmth to our muscles. At any time during today's class, if you feel pain or pinching, please stop doing what you're doing and catch your breath. And if you feel able, join back in. Again, you're in the driver's seat here when it comes to your exercise. So going at the pace that works for you, the challenge level that works for you, and helps you feel safe. And we're going to just do a gentle warm-up, kind of head to toe. So as we keep our feet moving here, dropping our ear down to our shoulder. These armrests are quite wide on this chair. And slowly the other way. This time we're going to shoulder check over one side as well as the other. And repeating one more time. So with everything here, we want to stay in control. Our movements are slow. We invite some shoulder rolls. And forward. And then extending that into our arms. So gentle arm circles. Generally, we spend a lot of time in a forward or a hunched position. And so we are a little bit more intentional about opening up our chest and trying to roll our shoulders back and down. How about a few of those forward? All right, great. Sitting tall with a nice straight posture. Our bum is tucked, our abs are engaged, our chest is proud and open, and our chin is tucked. We're going to gently cross those arms in front of us and exhale with a gentle twist without pulling ourselves around. Inhale and exhale back the other way. Being really cognizant of keeping our spine in line. Great. A little bit of a hip opener here. So stepping tall and out to the side, being really mindful of that extra flexion in our hip. Nice wide stance. You'll notice I'm sitting on the front half of my chair, so I've got some space between the backrest and my back. Really asking myself to maintain good core engagement and spine alignment. All right, we're moving down a little bit into our quadriceps here. So lifting that toe to the ceiling. Squeezing those tops of your legs, those thigh muscles or quadriceps. Great. And then moving down into the bottom half of our legs, into our calf muscles. We're going to go up on our toes and back on our heels, lifting those toes up and off the ground. Now, this is a great movement for our ankle mobility, strengthening those tendons around our ankles. One more. And this time we're going to bring our heels together in the middle, touching those heels, and then flipping and bringing our toes together, touching in the middle. Heels together, toes together. Great. And last one for our ankles here, drawing the inside of our soles up and then tilting them inside. Rotating those ankles side to side, working on that mobility. Great. All right, so we're going to shake that out and grab a drink of water. Step up our pace a little bit here. So we're returning to our gentle march, and again, if seated is what we need today, great. If you would like to go to standing, please do so, utilizing the back of your chair for stability. So this is asking a lot of our hip flexion, so understandable if those hips get tired. Please go at your own pace. When it comes to cardiovascular, moving two limbs is a great baseline, creates a foundation. If we get our arms involved, or four limbs, generally that's more cardiovascularly challenging for our system. So we can add some basic curls in here. And then we're going to step wide in 3, 2, 1. And you can bring those arms up to speed if you're ready. All right, and back to our narrow march in 3, 2, 1. So generally with cardiovascular training, we want to be able to have a conversation with other people around us, but where we have to work a little bit. So you can notice my heart rate is coming up, my breathing rate is a little faster. All right, and heel digs in 3, 2, 1. And if you're happy with the arms, keep it up. We can also change our arms up. Great. Make sure you're going at your pace. All right. And we're going to toe tap back in 3, 2, 1. Get our feet going. So I'm really lifting my feet so I can reach behind me and under my chair. Good work. So at any time, if you need to take a rest, please feel free to do so. Grab a drink of water, catch your breath, and join back in when you can. All right. We're going to return to that march just in front. Reset. Good job. All right. We're going to move into our step touch side to side in 3, 2, 1. So here's the step touch. We're going to go for opposite arms. So this, you might feel your core engage a little bit more. All right, and this time, we're going to try a little bit of a polka step for you dancers out there. In 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good job. Really little toe tap, really light on our feet. All right, returning back to that march. Good job. Try and bring our heart rate down just a little bit here, taking some big deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. Well done. We've made it through our cardio portion for today's class. Good job. Grab some water and then grab that resistance band. Alrighty. So if you're new here to Forever in Motion or to the channel, welcome. This is one of our primary tools. It's a TheraBand. They come in different colors and different strengths. So this one here is blue. It's on the stronger side. If you are someone who's looking to purchase them, they can be purchased at a variety of stores. The Forever in Motion team has them for sale, if that's an option. So feel free to connect with us if you'd like to purchase one. But general fitness stores will have them as well. They're really feasible and affordable and multifunctional. So we're going to start by wrapping that band under the bottom of one of your feet, like so. And then we're going to extend that foot straight leg out in front of us with our heel on the floor. Alrighty. If you would like to add more resistance, you can add that second foot in there. Balance things out. Starting with a row, we're going to utilize our quadriceps as our guide. So we're going to drag our thumbs up to the top of our thighs. My elbows are drawing towards the back of my chair, and then a slow release. Drawing my elbows back around the armrests. They aren't always convenient. I'm really focusing on squeezing my shoulder blades together as I draw my elbows back. You'll notice that it's only my arms that are moving, not my back. I'm not hinging at the hip. My core is engaged, and I'm sitting tall. Well done. I'm going to do one more repetition here. Great. All right, tucking those heels under, our band is still under our feet. We're gonna look at our bicep curl. So I'm gonna get you to stick your thumbs up towards the ceiling and a thumbs up. My elbows are glued to my rib cage. I'm going to slowly pull that band up towards my shoulders and release in a controlled way. When it comes to strength training, we like to say to exhale on the exertion. Helps with the remembering piece. So when I'm doing the work, I'm exhaling. It helps engage your core, it helps regulate your blood pressure, and it helps with the distribution of force as we strain against that resistance. Good job. So you'll notice here my wrists are staying in line. I'm not bending my hands any which way. Feel free to adjust where you grip the band to make this more challenging or a little bit less challenging if you find you are not able to keep your form. Great. Shake that out. We're going to take that band around our back like you're toweling off or so. So the band is underneath my armpits. And I've got a little bit of tension on the band as I extend my arms up to the side. On an exhale, we're going to squeeze our hands together and then slowly open our chest again. Well done. So things to notice with this is that my hands are not higher than my shoulders. I've got a slight bend in my elbows, but they're relatively straight. My core is still engaged. I'm still sitting tall. And one more here. Well done. Okay, we're going to keep the band behind our back. So those are for our chest muscles. We're going to move and work on our tricep muscles a little bit. So choking up on the band, I'm going to, on both sides, I'm going to stick my elbow out to the side here. And then we're just going to punch out to the side with elbow extension. So you notice my shoulder isn't moving. It is only my elbow joint that is working here. If you need to pause and take a breath at any point, please do so. Welcome to pause the video, catch your breath, and join back in. Making sure we're drinking water throughout today's class. All right, I'm going to do one more. That's a good burn on the shoulders. All right, resetting my posture, remembering my A, B, and C's, and then going to the other side. Focusing on isolating that elbow joint action. My movements are slow and controlled. And I'm exhaling on exertion. All right, one more here for myself. All right. we've done one back exercise and a chest exercise. We're going to do one more back exercise to strengthen that posterior chain and help with our posture, sitting up nice and tall. So this is our M fly. So I've got a nice little M here in my band. This is the last time we're going to see it. All right, so my fingers are kind of, like you said, you can get that little M there. My elbows have a slight bend, but they're generally straight. And I'm just going to work to squeeze my shoulder blades together and pull that band apart. So as soon as I don't feel any more tension again, I'm going to return. Squeezing my shoulder blades together. There's the loss of my tension. So you notice my elbows aren't really changing the slight bend in them. The movement is coming from my shoulders. So my shoulder blades are squeezing together my spine. Good job. All right, I'm going to do one more here. Excellent, good job. And roll those shoulders out. Well done. Okay, we're going to move to a leg press here. So we're going to wrap our band around one of our feet, like so. Feel free to choke up on the band, so make the distance between your foot and your hands shorter. And then sitting tall with our posture, we're going to draw our knee up to our chest. You can hold the band on either side of your legs. Some people find it more helpful to hold it in the middle, like so. My leg is going to extend straight out in front of me and then back to my chest. So this is a leg press. We can do this exercise to help us build up to a squat. So this is great for those days that we're maybe feeling a little bit dizzy or unsteady on our feet, or if we are working up to being able to do a squat from a chair. I'm going to do one more here, and then we'll switch legs. Wrapping that band around the bottom of my other foot, choking up on the band. Job. I hope you're still breathing. And one more. Well done. Okay, we can set that band aside. Grab a drink of water. If you haven't, please do. All right. And the last one here is for our calves. So again, please complete this from standing if you're able. But for those of us who need to be seated for today, I'm going to remain seated as well. So I'm going to raise up on my toes, pause, and roll back onto my heels. Pause, and then slow and controlled roll back, going up onto my toes, and back onto my heels. And keep going through that motion gonna back my chair up a touch. There we are. All right, up on our heels. Back on our heels. Up on our toes. And back on our heels. Well done. And last one here. Great. Okay. We're going to do a couple of core exercises here. So we've kind of done a head to toe strengthening, but we need to get our core. All right. So we're here on the front of our chair, and we're going to work to slide ourselves back here. So being really intentional about lifting our hip, swinging and pushing back, using our core to move to the back of our chair. Great. Now you've made it all the way to the back. Let's go back to the front. So really working at lifting our hip, using our oblique muscles to scooch back to the front. Great. One more time to the back. So this is helpful in unsticking from hot vehicle seats. In my world, it's been a 30-degree week. Very sticky hot seats. All right. Well done. You've made it back to the front. Okay, so that's for our obliques. Next up, we've got our rectus abdominis. So I've returned to the front of my chair. Based on how strong you're feeling, your arms can be on your lap, sliding along the tops of your thighs. They can be crossed out in front of you or just gently tucked behind your ears. So pick what works best for you. Our feet are going to stay solidly on the ground here. So hinging, leaning back. I'm going to touch down gently and slow and controlled bring myself back up. So notice your core. Is your belly button staying drawn to your spine? Do you feel it doming out at all? And are you breathing? Awesome. Well done. There's some core exercises for us today. Good job. All right. Last one. A little bit of seated balance, which uses our core. You can do this from standing as well, but for those of us who need something seated today, my arms are going to be out to the sides, just below my shoulder level. Take a big inhale here. Engage your core, reaching gently to one side. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Return to center. Good job. Reset. Inhale. Reaching the other way. For 3, 2, 1. Return to center. You'll notice I'm not reaching down, I'm just reaching across, and I'm having to work really hard to engage all aspects of my core here, but particularly my obliques. All right, one more time the other way. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Well done. Good job. Alrighty, so that's the working aspect of today's class. We're going to do a small cool down. So grab a drink of water and do a little bit of stretching for some flexibility. All right. Rolling those shoulders back and down. I'm on the front half of my chair, or seated at the front. Sitting tall. I'm just going to kick that foot out in front of me with my heel down, my toe to the ceiling. If this is enough of a stretch along the back side of your leg, great. If you need a little bit more, sitting tall, on an exhale, a gentle lean forward. My spine is still in line. My gaze is just ahead of my foot on the floor. A cool down and a stretch is important after we've raised our blood pressure and gotten our heart rate going to prevent cooling in our upper limbs, particularly our legs. So stretching helps get that blood back balanced through our body. Great. Other side, kicking that heel out. Big inhale and a gentle lean forward if you need. And return. If it feels safe to do so, you can swing to one side of your chair, sit on a side saddle, you can hang onto your armrest or your backrest. We're going to drag that foot that's closest to me behind us. So you can see that I'm creating some length in my front of my hip and in my quadricep. So again, if you feel stretch here, great. If you need a little bit more, I invite you to raise that arm closest to me, up to the side, to create some length within your side of your rib cage here. Dropping that arm, drawing our knees together, and then return to center. Great. Going to the other side, swinging our knees to the side, making sure we're balanced, and then slowly dragging that foot behind us. Creating some length, sitting tall, and extending that arm if it's needed. Good job. All right, knees together, and then return to center. Gentle genie twist here. We're not going to pull ourselves around. Just going to gently twist, looking over our shoulder. And the other way. Well done. All right. Roll that out a bit. Reaching across the front of your body with one arm, and then scooping underneath. And then some gentle pressure on the back of your arm. I'm going to drop my shoulders away from my ears. Some gentle stretching behind our shoulder blades. And relax, changing sides, stretching across, and then scooping under, dropping that shoulder. Roll those shoulders a bit. So if it's available to you, stretching our arm overhead, otherwise just across the front of our neck, overhead, with some gentle pressure to try and lengthen that tricep. switching to the other side. All right. Gently dropping our ear to one shoulder. And switching to the other side. I encourage you to continue stretching if there's anything that we missed or that you would like to return to pay some particular attention to. But thank you for joining today's Seated Forever in Motion class. We offer this type of class at Market Mall in Saskatoon. If you'd like to join us in person, please call in and we'll give you the details on that. Keep moving. Thanks again for joining in. My name is Vallyn. I'm a recreation therapist with Saskatchewan Health Authority within the Community Services Department, and I'm really appreciative of you joining in today. Thanks. Take care.